Hi. The speech is 3 myths about generative AI and interpreting. The speaker is Ronnie Gao, and the glossary are generative AI, large language model, promote, slide rule. Now here we begin. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, hi. I'm very happy to take this opportunity to meet you guys again. For today, the topic is something you guys care about too, and I'm also following the trend, the ChatGTP, and it's quite popular, and the generative AI featuring ChatGTP, how it will affect our language workers, especially interpreters, and the revolutionary change to us. I bet most of you have been asked, or you have asked yourself, ChatGPT is so powerful, so in the future our job will be taken away by ChatGPT, and how many years left? To be honest, this question has been haunting me for a while. Unfortunately, I don't have a confirmed answer. But today I would like to take this speech to talk about 3 misunderstandings when people talk about this topic, or 3 myths. I will use common sense and some examples to demonstrate my opinion, but it is only my opinion. If there is anything wrong, and welcome everyone to tell me and discuss it with me. The first thing is, many people, they have this myth or something they ignore, is language can be categorized into speaking and writing. The difference is much bigger than usually we think. ChatGPT, people call it a big language model, but to be more precise, it is a word processing model. When you use it, no matter what kind of prompt you have or the answers they have, is present by writing. The quality is quite high, and it's quite amazing. They can write some nice words for your campaign or collect the information scattering on the internet, and they will present in a clear and organized way. That's what makes it so popular. But the way how it represents is different than how we communicate with speaking language, because when people, they without a speech, without preparation, the things they talk about, it's hard for the machine to understand. Maybe the grammar is different and the logic is quite complicated. Some words in the context doesn't mean exactly what we know normally, so we need to know the context better to understand the meaning. So if we give DeepL or Google Translator a speech, translation machine, the quality is quite high. Basically, we just need to make some small changes, and sometimes it's even better than human translators. But once you give a improvised speech or someone's speech when this speaker is nervous or at ease, even the recording trans to the word can be hard to understand, can be, so the translation machine, they cannot understand, cannot translate the the speech into a logic way, as far as I noticed. So interpreting and translation, so the differences, many people, they do not understand the differences, especially they are not linguists. So translation sometimes it's easier, or even it's already replaced by the AI, but there is a long way to go for interpreting. That's the first myth between writing and speaking. The second myth is about how we can understand the AI replace some industry or some work. We should see the proportion or the exact number. Let me give you an example. In the future, more people will work in interpretation. So you will think interpreting is a sunrise industry or sundown industry. It's not going to replace by the machine in this way. But what if I say 90% of the interpreting work is going to be done by the machine? So same question here. It's a sunrise industry or sundown industry. Is replaced or not? So those two claims can be both right, because the two claims, they sound like paradoxical, but it's not. But they are not, because the cake is going to be bigger. So the proportion we are going to be handled by a person maybe will be less than 10%, but the plate or the cake is going to become even bigger. So more people will working in this industry. Maybe, for example, about 40 years ago, in our parents' generation, when they were young, how many times do you think they can go eat in the restaurants in a month? Maybe rarely, because at that time going out to eat is something incredible only when you have something major happening in life. But people here right now, we are eating outside almost like a habit. So there are more machine in the kitchen, and it's more automatic. Those high-end kitchen appliance do not exist 30 or 40 years ago, but maybe they replaced the chef. But now we have more chef than ever. And to be more precise, because our lifestyle has been changed, more and more people have a better living standard, so they have a new way to enjoy their life. So there are a lot of people, they order food online. So those delivery platforms and the delivery guys, and also the programmers behind the platform, because of the development, those new jobs has been created. So going out to eat is not replaced. Cooking has not been replaced. But the whole cake has been growing. Another example is the first computer in the 1950s from IBM, and there is a very famous advertisement: one computer will replace 150 engineers. This is not wrong, because a lot of time engineers, they are using slide rules to draw pictures. So one computer of IBM, they can handle so much work of the engineers. But does this mean those work has been replaced by the computer? Because of the development of the technology, now we have more engineers. So with the new technology, they will change how people work and what kind of skills the workers should have. But it doesn't mean it will replace all the workers in the industry. So our translation and interpreting industry are facing the same challenge. In the future, the technology will make our more interconnected. So people will demand more information with each other. A lot of more people, they will go traveling outside their country or have meetings with overseas companies. So the cake is growing even larger than we can expect. So trans-country, trans-culture, trans-language communication will be much more important than today. So translation will be more important. But in the future, the translators will play a different role. They should have another understanding of their role. Maybe in the future, the translators, they are doing something different, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. The third myth I'm going to talk about, or the third misunderstanding I would like to point out is one thing can replace human. What's the standard for this? How we can review it? Now I'm going to give you the conclusion first. The mature of the technology doesn't mean we will replace the worker. It's the users, they are happy to adopt the new technology. For example, you have a family member, he is traveling outside of the country. He had some medical emergency and you get a call from your cell phone. You want to communicate with the doctor with AI or with a real person to help you communicate with the doctor. So in our instinct, we do not trust about AI because it's our own benefit. Our basic interest is to trust someone. So maybe, for example, your family enterprise is going to invest about 200 million overseas. You want some real person to negotiate, or you want a machine. When the stake is really high, people's trust in machine has a long way to go, maybe 10 or 20 years. So more people, they will trust AI at the critical scenarios. So in contrast, one way we trust human, but we also want to have the help. This person, this translator, we want him to be professional, and also with the help of AI or in the future some automatic technology to help us to communicate. So as the practitioners, we have new requirements. We should better nurture the trust between human, and also we should master the technology so we can, with the help of the technology, rather than stay in our old style of working method or mode. So those are the three important points I need to point out, or three misunderstanding I would like to clarify. At last, I would like to say, as a language practitioner or any person, the future enemy won't be AI. It will be your counterparts with better command of technology if you can compete this person. So most of the time, I think you should see technology as your friend rather than enemy. That's all for today. Thank you.